little periods of where I go mute and then I unmute, okay? I may have little periods in between me muting and unmuting, but I'm finna be here for a cute, quick little minute, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and say what I need to say, and I'm finna go push on and push forward, all right? Period, point blank. Listen, these hands digitally, virtually, I don't put my hands on people. I feel like that is the last ditch effort. I don't believe you just should go because you got a disagreement with someone putting your hands on them. But if you provoke someone and you are a threat to that person, and then moving forward, then you get what you get because you're making yourself an obstacle where you don't have to. So in that case, these hands are for everyone. E is for, these hands are E. E for everyone. Okay? Period. Okay, I am judgmental. I don't know what the fuck people think. You're not going to shame me because you think that because you have this, listen, you have this ageist or ageism theory that you guys are coming up with because you guys are new neo racist, neo self-hatist, neo ageist, neo bigots, okay? I don't really give a damn about none of that shit. Okay? It all has to come up to the surface in order for the collective, for humanity to deal with their issues. But that's not going to discourage me because people have hidden pockets of stupidity. But what you will not do to me, what I will not allow, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. But what I will not allow is I'm not going to let anyone trifle with my energy. Okay, listen. First and foremost, a lot of y'all that really get on here with that pressure about someone giving you unsolicited advice, you're the one who disrespects your own money. See, I don't disrespect my money. I may be a lot of things, but I'm not disrespectful to the things, my money that I earned. So, which leads me to believe a lot of you don't earn your money. Or you got your money from either scamming somebody or you feel like it wasn't hard earned. Okay? Because what are we talking about? Some of you are not that fucking important to the program for anyone to just out of their neck give you advice. We're going to say this right here, right now. I think a lot of people calculate their importance. I'm not saying that you're not important to your program. I'm not saying that you're not important to your set of objectives and to your family's bloodline. But where we intersect, a lot of you people have interjected yourselves as it relates to me and getting advice from me. And then you're trying to translate that to being something the fuck that it is not. And I'm going to tell you something. Don't come in here with the crazy stuff. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Okay? No, I'm a dude and I have a big dick. Okay? Since you want, I'm going to show that comment. And since you like to come in here and like to keep it in your mouth, I just want you to know what I'm working with. It's a full 12 inches and I'm girthy. It's fully veined. And you know what? Even though my birth certificate it says that I'm a girl, I promise you that I have the biggest, veiniest dick ever. And I can't show you how to deep throat since you asked. Okay? Period. Okay? Since that's what you want to know. It's thick. Okay? It's real thick. And I got something juicy attached to it. As a matter of fact, I'm a hermaphrodite. I please both genders very well. Any more questions? I'm sure you want to see it. I'm sure you do. I mean, I have it. And I enjoy looking at it every day. I'm sure you want to see it. But back to the situation at hand, okay? All right? Let me say this right here. You intersected with me. You mirrored my image, okay? You listened to a crackhead out of Ohio as it related to me. I don't join no fucking cults. This is something that, irregardless to what you say on internet, on to other people, Your ancestors, your spirit guides, and even every single one of you who bear witness to one another are going to clock this because you're still in a human body. Okay? And you can't even lie to yourself. I read from your auric field. That's not something you can hack. Because generally, to even be in a cult, to be in these thought processes, denotes a level of trauma that is found on your auric field. So some of y'all people, y'all study astrology, you study no, you don't study anything. I don't think you do. You don't even study yourself. Because if you really are about that law of assumption, you will start working with your auric field first, which means that there are certain behaviors and certain things that we operate and do that we cut out to figure out what the issue is. We start to take inventory of ourselves. We're not pleasure led because we want to get down to the basis of what pleasure really is. We don't want to poison ourselves. So a lot of us are just on here talking a really good game. To be quite honest with you, I wouldn't have known half about none of your business if it wasn't for you integrating or like I said, meeting me at an intersection and enlisting me paying me for my consultation. This is the reason why I had to take free minutes away. Normally where I work, you can give promo minutes and you can take introductory clients. I don't control my ratings. So my ratings are what they are. Have I had people from YouTube and people go there to mess with my ratings and take me from 4.9 to 4.8 to 4.7? Yes. Have they come back up? Yes. I'm not worried about that. It's always going to be quality over quantity, and I have the quantity to support it. Okay? I even have the ability to question some of the ratings that I have, and I don't. Okay? Period. I have shown myself approved to those who matter, and it is my job to continue to do so in the digital space. Okay? But I'm going to say this right here while we're on my shadow band fucking channel. And I got the trolls going and other people who are not trolls. Hey, y'all, hey, in here. Okay? To bear witness. If you didn't pay me for my advice, I'm not giving you advice. You're not that important to the program as it relates to me. Now, as a client, you're absolutely important. As a client, you are my bread and butter. I am here to serve you. As a member of the community, I am humbled unto this service that I have been given. And by definition, by design, you matter. In the aspect of me having the ability to serve you, for you to seek me out and for me to provide a service to you. And in that service that you are able to gather what you need to make the best decisions on your life moving forward. If you feel that you cannot trust the advice that I have, that is your own prerogative. Is your dime. You paid it. Whether it's in the attention here or it's actual dollars in attention there. It's your prerogative. But never get it misconstrued. If someone is not a bond or a match when it comes to the vision that I see for my life, it is not a loss for me for you not to take and listen to advice that I have for you that you paid for. That means that you're not meant to be here. You're actually disrespecting yourself being here and lying about it. You're actually disrespecting yourself by taking advice or coming to seek advice and lying about it, spending your money where you don't believe something is of value, or at least lying about the thing that you believe is valuable. You set the tone for how people deal with you. That ain't got shit to do with me. This is why I called my energy back. Cleansed, raised in frequency and vibration, all of my energy back. from harvesters known and unknown, from places known and unknown, and people known and unknown, and seen and unseen, raised and cleansed, and completely revoked access. Okay, energetically, I'm like I said, I'm not going to be here for long, but you, how you move in this world, it's up to you. I don't set the rules, I don't set the tone. You don't have to subscribe to coming to get any service from me. You doing so out of your own will. I appreciate it. I am of service to those who find a service in myself. That's just where it's at. But as far as, okay, as far as, hold on one second. But anyhow, like I said, this is where the intersection ends. It's how, you know, I had, like, listen, it is what it is, bro. If you go against your own better interest, that's on you. But your success, independent to me and what my goals are and my purpose and my mission, is not my business. But what I will not do, and I will not sit here and take the brunt digitally or in any space, is as if your words, because you're frustrated with the people around you, people you chose to be around you, the family you chose to be incarnated in, the friends you chose to make, the women that you chose to date, the men that you chose to date, they don't believe in the vision that you have around yourself. These are the people you curated relationships with. You go talk that to them. You don't come to me. I provided you a service that you paid for. And that's about as far as it goes. You don't get to hold space as it relates to me and my psyche. I just want you to understand this. Because I gave you advice. I didn't give you free advice. I gave you paid advice. That is more of a disrespect to yourself to continuously pay for advice that you don't use and then turn around and that advice was solid gold. And some defiant spirit, not defiant to me, but defiant until what is best for your own self, your own better judgment. Because you don't have command over that. You don't get to put that at my doorstep, buddy. Okay? That ain't got nothing to do with me. Because I'm batting 1,000. It seemed like I ain't missed yet when it came to predictions that I made here or there. There's a certain confidence that I walk with. That's why I talk the way I talk. I've already accepted. I don't have to do law of assumption. I was already who I was. I don't have to get in the mirror and be like somebody else. Baby, I have the personality. It was developed. It's in me. It ain't on me. You understand? You know how good that feels? Do you know how good that feels? That I don't have to put anybody else's image in the mirror. I don't have to wonder how somebody else's life is. I can see myself in a palace. I can see myself with my background, with my limitations, with my gifts. I see it for me. I already saw it for me. I didn't need that goofy ass law of assumption, or baby, I was one of the originators in some past lifetime. I truly believe that, you know. I believe the truly exceptional ones of us have left landmarks. The things that keep us in awe, we had something to do with it in a past life. I do believe that. I didn't need a mechanism or thought process to know. I already knew on my soul. I knew. And I'm not trying to make nobody feel bad who needs the law of assumption, that needs the law, those patterns for where you need to go. You have different placements than I do. I have Saturn opposite my moon. I have Pluto opposite my moon. And despite that, I don't have the conjunction, I have it in opposition. And despite that, I believe I have an arrogance in the way that I believe. I have an arrogance. I am so stubborn. My life could flash before my eyes, and I don't wish that on myself. But I still believe in God Most High, or God is Most High. I believe in everything. I honor astrology because I believe that that was handed by the divine. I do believe that people are astrologically illiterate and are so dogmatic, and they hold on to religious ideation because they lack identity. They lack a relationship with God outside of what they are predisposed with. And they try to make you feel bad because you have a relationship with God. Okay? It's really sad when you see it coming from a Gemini. Are you serious? The actual word, it's really sad when you see an illiteracy coming from a Gemini at any point, any faction, anywhere. Because even if you want to be a soldier of what it is you believe in, you must at least be somewhat well read about what it is that you're arguing against. And in that process of becoming well read, you will understand that that was foolishness the whole time. Irresponsible, if you will. Yes, I'm saying something without saying it, because I greatly, a lot of times when I do say some things, I do still have respect for those who pay me for my advice or advisement. That's the first thing. I have pertinent business to get to, and I don't have time to say this again, but I'm probably sure I'm going to say it again. Unless it is determined, no takebacks, no weaving in and out, but an absolute improvement in my life that is marketed in a permanent way, in an intersecting with someone else. Unless you are part of that plan, and in this land, I am a leader. I am the leader. As it relates to this execution that I am focused on. And anyone who's tagging along. Anyone else is just a vagabond, if you will. A peasant in my kingdom. Or in this case, queendom, as far as I'm concerned. And as I was saying about the law of assumption, I'm not talking down on it. Those who don't readily have accessible the beliefs actually prove, the people with the harshest birth charts prove to actually make the largest successes in life because of the fact that they have to rely on tools to find their identity. And so as I understand these things now, I make better use of my energy. But there is a bit of spell work and a bit of deception when you try to make someone feel as though they are giving you unsolicited advice that they paid for. They sought you out for. You're not going to tell that lie on me. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't understand people who are so quick to lie on folks. You do know Psalms 109 exists, right? And in that particular psalm, lying on someone qualifies you to get that done. You do realize that, right? Actively pursuing a lie on that person qualifies you as an enemy of their God and them. So it actually is not advantageous for someone who is innocent. I don't care about people, everyone is not innocent. As it relates to why you are doing something to somebody, how you are harming someone, you got to read that double. There are double meanings. It's not what you think it is, I swear. It's not what you, please, I'll show you. Listen, y'all, listen to me. When I tell you, right here, right now, I don't care if someone has a secret. It's none of your business. You're not personal to that person. How dare you interject yourself? They don't have to tell you anything. If they are of use, they are of use. If they have value, they have value. You take it up with your own self-esteem as to why you don't have worth and value. I don't care if they have. Yes, well, as I was saying, I don't have to tell. Yes, well, as I was saying, I don't have to tell you or anyone anything that is not of value for me to share. I'm allowed my privacy, so is other people, because I got some business. There's a lot of people who ain't got shit else going for themselves. They don't have their own identity. And they are getting frustrated because they can't clock someone to get on their wave. Their manifestations are slowing down. Which all you're doing is admitting that you are a destiny swapping vampiric magic user that's a part of a cult. It's not meant for you to be on someone else's wave. You were assigned a set of requirements per your own birth chart and your own karmic profile. It is your responsibility to use that. We came in here, I didn't need all of this. Okay? God formed me perfectly. My higher self informed me perfectly. My mother formed me perfectly for the goals that I have. I'm sorry you felt like your parents or your higher self or you who decided on this life couldn't be trusted. I'm sorry that you don't trust God in the universe. I'm sorry that you are at odds with the life that you chose, with the cards you were dealt. I'm not at odds with who I am. I'm not at war with myself. So it does feel weird stepping into someone's life because they pure love. I was made from love. How is someone who was made from turmoil gonna know what it feels like to operate a body that was made from love? You don't know the first thing about it because you don't love yourself. People who love themselves operate in a fashion that honors who they are. They don't try to skip steps, doing mirror magic, doing projection magic, getting up here doing readings, and basically when you do a reading, you're putting off onto someone else what you're going through. If y'all want to know what people are going through, look at what they're saying about their ops, because that's what they're going through. That's how I program myself to listen to people. Whenever I hear someone projecting, I assume that that's happening to you and not me. I assume that you are talking about Gemini in your birth chart, wherever Gemini sits for you. If you're a Libra rising, for instance, right? I assume as a Libra rising that Gemini in your ninth house has done something that was unbefitting of the house of God. You understand? If you are a woman and you're speaking against men, I assume that is your internal masculine that has led you to be used by men. I assume that whenever you say that this woman you got an issue with is your feelings about that woman, I don't assume that you're speaking outside of yourself, because you would have to know someone. I don't do readings on YouTube because I don't do unsolicited advice. It doesn't pay very well, and it can wreak a havoc on your personal life. Okay? I always make the assumption that you are speaking about yourself. And that when you are saying something positive about your collective, that this is what you are observing in a person that you are jealous of, that you want for yourself. Once I detect that you are a mirror mancer, that's how I look at it. That's why a person, like, it's not no secret why somebody is 10 steps ahead. I don't get offended. When you stop getting offended at what people say, you see it for what it is. Ah, this is what's going on with you. It's free game. Like, I see it as a way, I see it as a way to get my enemies. Because whatever you're saying, because you don't know me, so that means that this is what you believe you are. And wherever my sign is or sun sign is in your house, this is how you operate in that area of life. That's what I assume naturally. I don't use the law of assumption to assume what someone's telling. I don't trust another person's advice that doesn't come through me as a source. I've even had one of y'all try to come into the astral space, and I have a nice little situation. I'm sure you've gotten it, a nasty little wake up call. I seen one of y'all come into the astral space, right? And I believe this because I stopped actually supporting the channel. That's how I knew. I was like, oh, so you showing up in dreams now. Because you are harvesting from your audience. And you also look at my page and everything I say, you say in the opposite. Well, I don't listen to combat with that. I understand that you're insecure about your weight. I understand you're insecure about your looks. Because why else would anyone create a subliminal who's a dark-skinned woman for light-skinned features? Who has brown eyes for green eyes? I assume that those insecurities are rooted deeply within you, and you're just doing, you're with the shits. You're projecting it out using the readings. And it's so idiotic because the reason why you guys struggle financially is you're projecting out to people who are supposed to be your clients. And you're sending people, as they're listening to your readings, you're sending people out into the world to be at a loss. So you're putting out into the world hatred, loss, and poverty because that's what's going on inside of you. No wonder you need these outside law of assumption tools because you don't have the source code inside. You're so disconnected from God on the inside and so disconnected that you need to try to convince other people. You can't convince someone who understands who they are and you've never got a chance to sit with, or worse, you've been ashamed of who you are. I don't come from Nigeria. I don't come from a place where I have aunties and uncles who are so traditional that they hold me back and they hold on to colonialistic ideas as it relates to identity. I come from a place where my people actually suffer for lack of tradition. So I don't find champion in you speaking about losing tradition, because that's exactly what's wrong with my people in these United States of America. While you're projecting not wanting to be associated with the people you come from as a first generation Nigerian. You're ashamed of your heritage. And you feel like traditionalism is what holds your people back. And little do you know, your people didn't need foot soldiers from a whole other ethnic group. But your people had to go be foot soldiers for someone else. I feel my people have a rich history. And I wish that we could connect to our tradition. So we see tradition two different ways. I see tradition as an opportunity for advancement and equity in society. And the equity that you have as a first generation African American, you take for granted. Because the people you come from take their features for granted. We are two different people. We are two different people. I am proud of the traditions of my people. I am proud of the survival of my people. See, this is why I don't want to spoil. I don't care how rich I am. I never want to spoil my children. Because then it would remove them from the pride of their own identity. They be looking at everyone else for identity, talking about some race don't matter to you, not everyone else. Clearly, it matters to everyone else. And clearly you just got a problem with yours because you've not done the emotional labor to look past what you believe you know about your people and to challenge what they tell you and go deeper. Because you, even as a Nigerian, believe that you're better than the poor are Nigerians. Oh, baby, clock that T. I clocked it a long time ago. So you're willing to go and align with the worst of white people just to not be accountable for yourself. That is, baby, that's a monkey that's on your back. That ain't on my back. And it's not a position that I want to be in. You got to think we got 400 years of seeing black people here in this country be coons and nothing to come of it. I got genetic memory that says that nothing good comes of that. You don't have that kind of memory. Y'all people just now learning that you shouldn't bleach your skin. We have gotten over that part. Okay? Y'all just now catching up to how bad colonialism affects your identity. Your people are still coming here and raising their kids in predominantly white neighborhoods instead of sticking with one another like every other group of people do, and wondering why you don't have no identity. Nobody have a feedback mirroring back why you matter and why you are important, why you are unique, other than people who are also self-hating. That is your story. That ain't my story. Okay? So when I give you advice, I'm giving you advice from a perspective of someone who is proud of the sacrifices made by my people, in spite of the way in which people try their damnedest on a daily basis to strip us of any dignity. And we still here. That is what connects us to every other group of people. That's what makes us exceptional. Once we realize what makes us exceptional, it makes us exceptional against any minority group or really majority melanated group around the world. I ain't waiting for the world to catch up. You ain't gonna do nothing but catch up, because ain't nothing gonna shake until black people wake up across the globe. And there ain't enough orgies. What is that stuff y'all call? That stuff y'all like to participate in? Hedonism, abandonment of self, recalibration, amplifying. There's not enough of that that's going to change the genetic superiority that is in your bloodline and that informs your blood to not prosper you should you take up certain activities and belief systems because they are beneath you. And that you have a responsibility when you have a soul. Everybody is not like you running out here trying to get rid of their soul. Some of us are very careful with our souls. We understand when we're in dangerous territory. Just because your senses are off doesn't mean mine's are. There's that. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off right there. I ain't never want to be nothing but who I was. I ain't never want to be a Celtic witch. I've always wanted to be who I am. I gave myself an amazing name. I love coming from Memphis, Tennessee. I've never wanted to be a druid. I wanted to be who I have always been designed to be. And guess what I found out? I found out that I encompass everyone around the world. Everyone around the world comes from me. So I ain't got to outsource my divinity. It's in me. Okay, so it's better for you to get like me, but I'm not going to give you no unsolicited advice. But just know I don't have nobody else's picture of doing mirror magic, needing to be somebody else trying to escape my own reality. I take mine because I'm proud of me. Listen, there's no greater underdog story than mine's. You think I'm going to give up the glory this far in the game with all these wins and the type of losses I've had? No, I'm very proud of myself. And it's a damn shame that a lot of y'all don't live like that, but I am not. Listen, It's not my life for me to live, okay? So I'm finna go ahead up off of here. But yeah, no, he was not talking to me. No, you were not talking to me. Ma'am, sir, ma'am, sir. If you are not a part of the program, if you are not a trusted fellow, a trusted peer, and an absolute monster in favor and of support and in protection of my mission, you don't matter. Literally, not because you don't matter to the world, you matter to yourself, but you don't matter, you don't form, you don't inform my world. Does that, are we clear? Because I think you need to understand, like I've always said, and I'm the one started the phrase. I'm going to show you exactly where you end and where I begin. Because I think we get the lines a little bit crossed and blurred. Okay? Don't ever falsify my involvement in your life for your own sake. Because I'm prayed up on a daily basis. And I would hate for you to continue qualifying and quantifying yourself to catch that ass whooping in the swiftest of ways. I would rather you unsubscribe from my channel, take my picture down off your fucking mirror, take my name and take me off your altar to go and destroy those popettes and those jars, because I'm going to continue to pop shit and destroy your fucking life just existing and doing the basic maintenance and care, not because I'm focused on you, just doing the basic maintenance and care of my life. Something simple, something real cute will be absolutely destructive for you. So I would rather you divert your attention away from me than sit here and catch this fade over and over and over and over again. I hope I made myself motherfucking clear with me and my good pussy and my big dick. I hope I made myself real clear. At least my fucking beard, my PCOS chin hair connects. Hoe ass nigga.